I have a really interesting story related to transportation.
Yeah.
So it wasn't in the U.S., but one time, without any previous experience with this, I decided to do a 3-month bicycle trip.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Around rural China.
3 months.
3 months, yeah. And I had never ridden for more than like 2 hours before that. I didn't know how to fix a tire, and I still don't. Mom, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I just decided to, take a bike because, and it ended up being one of the best experiences of my life because traveling by bicycle is honestly one of the best ways to discover any place because you don't just visit the tourist destinations. You kind of have to go like to every single town, meet every single person along the way.
How so? Is there any interesting stories? I know there must be tons. It's 3 months.
Yeah.
And any interesting story you want to share with us?
Okay, I'll give you a good one. Okay. One time,
Okay.
I was biking on the road, and the day started by me
In
being
Beijing?
in Sichuan.
Okay.
So no, Yunnan. So the roads are pretty like up and down, and I was planning on doing a 7-hour day that day. And there was one really big hill. The day started off with some people picking me up in a pig truck and letting me put my bike in their pig truck.
That's a little bit of cheating.
Getting over the hill. But then, after that was the start of the day. And then in the middle of the day, I met these 2 guys who were on a motorcycle. And they invited me to their friend's house. And I was like, 2 strangers on the side of the road, what could go wrong? I go with them. There's 2 more guys. Like, no women anywhere in sight, just like these random guys, like some different ethnic minorities of China. They took my bike, they took some of my bags. I got into a white van, which is probably not advisable. Got into the white van, started going up this rocky mountain road. Gets really bumpy. I look down at my phone. The signal's going down, down, down. I'm like, oh, God, this is what they tell you not to do. Don't get in the white van. Don't do it. And then I got up there, and there's like another guy waiting. Now it's me and like 5 guys in the middle of the forest. But
It's like beginning of a scary movie.
and I was like, and then some guy,
Spooky forest.
some guy like goes behind, and he's like wrestling around with some things and pops out of nowhere, and he's like, oh, here's a fishing pole. We're gonna fish for our dinner tonight. The lake's over there.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, yes. And I ended up living with these random 5 guys, each from like different ethnic minority groups in China, for 3 days, just like in the middle of the woods. We cooked our food over a fire that we made ourselves, chopped the wood ourselves with fish that we caught. And yeah, we lived in tents and just, had a lot of fun. And so it was really unexpected, and you never have that experience unless you were on a bicycle.
Okay.
Hashtag
so much
YOLO.
fun.
You only live once.
Yes, YOLO.
Literally.
So brave.
You only live once. Either die a tragic death by white van.
No, don't get into white vans anymore.
But I'm so glad you have that experience. I think this experience is very difficult to be planned, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult. I don't think it can be planned.
No, and the thing was, like, I had a plan when I started.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I realized very quickly that there's no way that you can just stick to a plan. Like, I thought I was going to go all these places. And what I didn't realize was that there were so many beautiful things along the way that can't be planned. You can't say, oh, I'm going to stay in this place for 1 day and then miss out on all of the experiences just because you had the plan to do so. So sometimes, like, I feel like people over-plan, and like it really gets them stuck in this mindset that there's like only one way to travel, and that's the way to plan every detail. I didn't even know where I was going to sleep every night. I just found the place along the way.